Hello students, welcome to the lecture number 3. Today we are going to learn electrostatic potential at a point due to a dipole. So let me show you this diagram. Here the yellow line AB is the dipole. Okay, so this is the midpoint and you want to find out the potential at a point P, this point. So let the distance of the dipole or the length of the dipole be 2a, okay, and the angle it makes is theta degree. Now you want to find out the potential at the point P due to this dipole. Suppose at A we have a minus q charge and at B we have a plus q charge. Okay, so the potential at P due to minus q charge, okay, due to minus q charge will be equal to V1, that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught minus q is the source charge divided by the distance r1. Okay, suppose this distance is r1 and this distance is r2 and this middle one is your r. Okay, so this is the distance between your midpoint of the dipole and the potential and the point P where you want to find out the potential. Okay, next the potential at P due to plus q charge, let it denoted by V2, that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught plus q divided by r2 is the distance, right? Next the total potential at P will be, so what will the total potential? The sum of V1 and V2, right? So V will be V1 plus V2. So you can put the value of V1 and V2 here. So V equal to, in place of V1 I will put 1 by 4 pi epsilon minus q by r1 and in place of V2 I will put 1 by 4 pi epsilon plus q by r2. Let me take some common. So q by 4 pi epsilon will be taken as common and inside it I will minus 1 by r1 plus 1 by r2. So I will make some arrangement. So V equal to q by 4 pi epsilon. The plus one will be carried forward and then I will write the negative one. Okay, 1 by r2 minus 1 by r1. You can see r1 and r2 should be written in the form of r, right? Otherwise I have to find r2 and r1 separately. So now my work is to replace this r2 and r1 by using this r. Okay, so for replacement I should use geometry. So by using geometry and Pythagoras theorem, okay, I can write r1 square is equal to your r square plus a square plus 2ar cos theta. Okay, theta is the angle here, and r2 square is equal to r square plus a square minus 2ar cos theta. Well, if you want to know how this geometry is being used, then please watch this video, and a link has been provided at the end of your description section, and you can click on the link and know how this geometry is being used to find out these two expression. So now then r1 square is equal to r square plus a square plus 2ar cos theta. So you can take r square as common from here. So if I take r square common, so this this will be r1 square. Take r square common, then it will be 1 plus your a square by r square plus 2ar cos theta divided by r square. So 1 square can be cancelled, so this will be equal to r1 square equal to r square 1 plus a square by r square plus 2a cos theta divided by r. Okay, now take the root. So taking root both the side, so in this step I have taken root both the side, so this will be 2a cos theta divided by r. Now this will be r1, and this can be written as r square into root over of 1 plus a square by r square plus 2a cos theta by r. So this can be written as r1. So root over of r square is r into, in place of root over I can write a square by r square plus 2a cos theta divided by r. So whole to the power 1 by 2, because the root can be written in the form of as power, so the power will be 1 by 2. Now make reciprocal, so r1 can be written as 1 by r1, so it will be 1 by r, and 1 plus a square by r square plus 2a cos theta by r. The power will be now negative because I have made the reciprocal here, right? So similarly I can write similarly I can write 1 by r2 is equal to 1 by r 1 plus a square by r square minus 2a cos theta by r. Okay, now I am going to put this value of 1 by r1 and 1 by r2 into the first equation that I have derived. Okay, so now V will be equal to q by 4 pi epsilon naught. So in place of 1 by r1, in place of 1 by r2, I will write 1 by r 1 plus a square by r square minus 2a cos theta by r power minus 1 by 2, and in place of r1 1 by r1 I will write this one. So 1 by r 1 plus a square r square plus 2a cos theta by r, so minus 1 by 2. Okay, so now this will be equal to 1 by r can be taken common right here and here, so q by 4 pi epsilon r, inside it I will 1 plus a square by r square, it will be minus. Okay, so this will be your minus 2a cos theta divided by r to the power minus 1 by 2 minus 1 plus a square by r square plus 2a cos theta divided by r power minus 1 by 2. Okay, now we are going to use binomial theorem to expand this two. Okay, to expand this one and this one. Now we are going to use binomial expansion and the binomial theorem to expand this one, 1 plus a square by r square minus 2a cos theta by r to the power minus half. If I use a binomial expansion, the first two term will be 1 minus a square by 2r square, a square by 2r square plus a cos theta divided by r. Similarly, if I use binomial expansion theorem to this one, 2a cos theta divided by r, this will be equal to 1 minus a square 2r square minus a cos theta divided by r. So basically this one is your 1 by r2 and this one is 1 by r1. So in the previous equation I am going to put it, the v equal to, so putting the value of this 2, v equal to q by 4 pi epsilon r, this was common, and inside it I am going to write the value of this one. So this is 1 minus a square by 2r square plus a cos theta by r, and then this one, so minus sign was there, so I will write all this inside a bracket, 1 a square by 2r square minus a cos theta by r. Okay, so now this will be equal to v equal to q by 4 pi epsilon r, a 1 minus a square by 2r square plus a cos theta divided by r. Now open this bracket, so the sign will be changed, 1 plus a square by 2r square, this will be plus a cos theta by r. Now you can see plus 1 minus 1 cancel, a square, this one is negative and this one positive, cancel, so only 2a cos theta, so a cos theta plus a cos theta by r. So I can write v equal to q by 4 pi epsilon r, a cos theta by r plus a cos theta by r. So this will be equal to q by 4 pi epsilon r 2a cos theta by r. So this will be equal to v q into 2a cos theta divided by 4 pi epsilon r into r. So v equal to q into 2a is your dipole moment, right? Dipole moment is equal to q into 2a. So the magnitude part is q into 2a, right? So in place of and q into 2a, I can write dipole moment cos theta divided by 4 pi epsilon r into an r square. So this is the potential at a point P, making some angle theta with the dipole. Okay, so from this expression we can say that the potential at P depends, so the potential depends 1 by r square. Okay, so it depends upon square of the distance between the dipole and the point where you want to find out the potential, and v also depends upon the theta. Okay, so this theta. So now I will take some special conditions by taking some value of theta. Let me take as theta as 0 degree and minus 180 degree, then theta as 90 degree, and then find out what is the potential at the equatorial line and at your this is called axial line, right? So I am going to find out the value of potential at the axial line and at the equatorial line. So now see, at the potential at the axial line, so special condition number 1, theta can be taken as 0 degree or your 180 degree. So theta 0 degree means right side, this will be 0, and theta 180 degree means this point is going to be here, right? P point is going to be, so left side. Okay, so first take theta is equal to 0 degree. So V equal to, we know that P cos theta divided by 4 pi epsilon r square. So V equal to P cos 0 divided by 4 pi epsilon r square. So this will be equal to, cos 0 value is 1. So this is P by 4 pi epsilon r square. Okay, now take theta as 180 degree. So V equal to P cos theta divided by 4 pi epsilon r square. Now this will be equal to P, put 180 degree here in place of theta, so 4 pi epsilon naught r square. So this is minus 1. So V equal to negative of P 4 pi epsilon naught. So what you have got from these two values? You can see at the right corner, when theta is 0 degree and the right side of the axial line, it is positive. V is positive, right? Positive. And in the left side of the axial line, it is negative. Near negative potential, near your negative charge, the potential is negative. Near the positive charge, the potential is positive. Next condition is when theta is 90 degree. That means I am going to find out the potential at the equatorial line, right? 90 degree. This one will be 90 degree. So V equal to P cos 90 degree divided by 4 pi epsilon r square. So cos 90 is 0, so V is equal to 0. So on the equatorial line, the potential is 0. Okay, so this is all about your dipole and the potential associated with it. I hope you have understood it. And one more thing, the use of this binomial theorem has been explained in another video. So please go to the description section and learn how this binomial theorem has been used to deduce this expression. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video.